Welcome everyone. Mamelodi Sundowns needing 3 wins from their last 5 league matches to take the title yet again and extend their dominance of the domestic scene to 8 successive years. It's a busy next 2 months for the champions. They'll want to get the winning of the league title out of the way as soon as possible. They've got the Champions League final coming up and the Club World Cup. But they're up against a team scraping for survival tonight. Cape Town City hoping at the start of the season to find themselves up amongst the contenders. Instead, they are second from bottom with 3 games to play and facing the very real possibility of having to compete in the postseason promotion relegation playoffs. And if they are to avoid that fate, they need to win their remaining 3 matches, starting with this tussle against the champions tonight. A warm welcome to Sean Bartlett. He is our expert analyst for this evening. 2 clubs at either end of the Betway Premiership. Sean, both needing wins of course, but with vastly different agendas. One for the title, one for relegation. I don't think you anticipated City were going to be in this mess.
Oh, definitely not. And you know, what a way obviously to try and kickstart that 3-game spell like you've spoken about, coming up against the defending champions in Mamelodi Sundowns.
Well, we always expected Sundowns would be challenging for a record-extending 18th league title. And it's been a real shock to the Cape football community that Cape Town City find themselves in this precarious situation. It's been more than 2 weeks since their last outing, 1-0 loss to Richards Bay away at Umlazi in Durban, so they've had plenty of time to prepare for tonight's encounter. Let's see what they have up against the champions tonight. A good crowd for Mamelodi Sundowns in particular. Not as much support perhaps as the home side would have been hoping for. Tami Mkhize leads his team to greet the visitors, who will be wearing their traditional Brazilian colours. And a chance to look at the lineups for tonight. Just a single change in personnel for City, but a real shift in tactics. Precious Petrus drops back into the what will be a 5-man defence. Thabo Nodada coming into the side in midfield. Fortune Makaringe pushed forward to lead the attack. That's something of a surprise. And Hashim Domingo dropping to the bench for today's encounter.
You can clearly see with Cape Town City going with the back 5, trying to be as secure as possible. 4 in the midfield, and Makaringa, as you indicated, will be the lone striker up front, hoping that Nodada and Amato will give him the support along with Gonzalez and Rhodes.
Darren Keating goal tonight, features in his 59th successive game. He hasn't missed a game the entire campaign for Cape Town City. Did have one match where he went off with a little bit of illness, but has started every single game of the season. This is the Sundowns lineup. They were also up against Richards Bay in their last match, a win on Wednesday. Fairly comfortable 3-0 scoreline. They've made 3 changes, all of them in terms of resting key players and giving others opportunity. Ronman Williams is in for Dennis Onyango, Lebusa for Koza in defence, and Tapelo Morena comes in for Kuliso Mudau on the right-hand side of defence. Mudau is amongst the subs today for this encounter.
Well, quite a familiar setup for Mamelodi Sundowns with the back 4. Lebusa comes in, obviously, to support Kakana, Modiba and Morena. But I think it's the front that I'm more interested in, the front 5, I can put it that way, with Sales, Reyners and Ribeiro. 28 goals between the 3 of them.
No Peter Shalulile tonight, an opportunity again that he misses out on as he chases that record 129 goals in the PSL era. This is the 2nd game that he has sat out for Sundowns. Masikore Bambiso in charge tonight. He was in charge when Sundowns lost the Nedbank Cup semi-final to Kaizer Chiefs. 7 yellow cards in that game. He also handled Cape Town City's last home match, which was a 2-1 loss to Sekhukhune United. 6 yellows and a red in that particular encounter. John Committee's chairman of Cape Town City. Big game for him tonight. A lot of pre-match nerves within the City staff and certainly in the administration block as well. So the referee just having a last check. And we are standing by to get underway. Mamelodi Sundowns will be kicking us off and attacking the goal to the left. Cape Town City going through the biggest crisis in the 9-year history of the club. 13 games without a win is the worst run that they've had in their club history. And in their 8 previous seasons in the Betway Premiership, they have never finished outside of the top 8. They'll be lucky if they stay away from second last position in the league this particular season. Sundowns, of course, starting on 58 points, 5 matches left to play, including tonight's encounter. Their closest challengers, Pirates, won earlier today. They're on 49 points with 6 games left, so the most points that Sundowns can get is 67. That's at the moment 9 behind, or Sundowns are 9 off of that 67, so effectively 3 wins needed by Sundowns. They have a much superior goal difference to Orlando Pirates, so 3 wins out of the last 5, including tonight, and Sundowns will be crowned champions yet again. Petrus with the touch, and Yama will be a key factor down that left-hand side tonight for City, one of the better players for them in this particular campaign.
Yeah, you can clearly see, obviously, they started with the back 5, but when it goes to the attack, Nyama and Nkezi are the 2 fullbacks or wingbacks, to put it that way, that will give them that support going forward. So they're going to be critical in this City attack.
Sundowns coming into this game with 3 wins, 3 draws and 1 loss in their last 7 outings across all the various competitions that they've been playing in. They've only played 2 league games in the last 7 weeks. That win over Richards Bay on Wednesday following their 2-1 loss to Pirates on March the 16th. Here's Ikram Reyners, little ball in for Sales. The Brazilian is on goal, but Petrus and Fasika with a double teaming there. Petrus taking the ball away.
That's great cover from Petrus. Idumba just got caught out a little bit, but the interchange of play between Reyners and Sals, obviously that created an opportunity.
Now Mokoena. Ball for Reyners to chase onto. The flag's up for offside. Linesman Ramos Sindela on the far side, comes from Toyando. Pitch, as you can see, a little bit, what's the correct word here, Sean, scuffed up. They had a big concert here a couple of weeks ago and hasn't really recovered from that.
Assistant referee is having a bit of trouble with his communication set. Asikmole just try and assist.
Now Gordinho in possession, Fasika here. Ball over the top, they'll be looking for the run from Gonzalez and from Makaringe. Gonzalez looks to be employed a little more centrally than we're used to seeing him, normally out on the left-hand side. Was the top goal scorer of the club a couple of seasons ago. Amato with possession lost. Tashik Matthews, and now Aubrey Modiba with his first touch of the game. Ribeiro finds Sales, the 2 Brazilians.
Now Cape Town City's got to be really careful how they're going to press. Got to do it collectively, otherwise you're going to leave a lot of spaces open for Sundowns.
Well, what a big 2 months it is for Sundowns. The league title could well be decided before they play the first leg of the African Champions League final against Pyramids. They'll be at home on the 24th of May. And then the second leg of that final is on the 1st of June in Cairo. Can they win the Champions League for a second time and add a second star to the jersey? And then next month, the Club World Cup in the USA. 3 group matches and hopefully some progress into the knockout phases. Here comes City though. Rhodes looking to set up the first opportunity into the arms of Ronwen Williams. Not
Did
the best
really
option
well
there.
to get past Kakana. Just the decision making in that final third could be a little bit better.
Now Sales gets the pass from Reyners. And the flag's up, it's out of play. He was a little off balance there, Ikram Reyners.
I think Ikram expected a better pass from Sales.
City, of course, the only club to beat Sundowns in the league last season. They won on the last day of the campaign, denying Sundowns the opportunity to become the first club ever in South African league history to finish a season unbeaten in the top flight, that is. Jaden Rhodes got the goal at Loftus Versfeld. Kind of spoilt the party that afternoon for Sundowns. The head-to-head record between these two sides in 21 past meetings is pretty tight. 7 wins apiece, 6 draws. But Sundowns well ahead in the goal counts. Here's Mkhize looking for Ndada. Goes down too easily. Fasika now. This is a good positive start from City, getting in behind the defence. Tami Mkhize again. And Ndada expecting the pass ahead of him rather than behind. Sales, Petrus. And now Nyama looking to get Rhodes going. That comes off Kakana, who'll keep this in play. No, he won't. Straight into the night sky, and throw in for City it will be.
Yeah, that's the kind of start that Cape Town City would want it, you know, especially to get your fans behind you the first couple of minutes. It's going to be important for that 12th man to spur these players on to get a result.
Now Rhodes drifted over onto the right here now, looking to take on Modiba. Very quickly Matthews back to put the pressure on Jaden Rhodes. This is not a game that is going to give you a single second to slack off or to relax. The intensity will be at the very highest it can be. Now Rhodes got a bit of a knock, so does he need treatment? Referee just go and check on him. Now here's Amato, Mkhize. Rhodes, last touch under pressure from Modiba means that Sundowns have got a chance to clear their lines. This was the earlier opportunity, the run from Rhodes down the left-hand side.
You can see obviously Rhodes out-muscling Mokoena there, but yeah, he's got to cut that back. Look at Gonzalez on the edge of the penalty spot, waiting for that ball. Everybody's so focused on the goal, you've got to pull that ball back into the space.
Now foul in favour of Mokoena. He perhaps thought he should have got a foul earlier when Rhodes went round him, but nothing given by the referee. Petrus with the double challenge, first on Sales and then on Mokoena. Some nifty footwork to get himself out of trouble. Fasika. Modiba intercepts, but he gives it to Rhodes. Now the early ball from Gonzalez might be profitable. Amato gets through 2 challenges. Mkhize looks up. Thabo Ndada back in the lineup for this encounter. Tami Mkhize's effort blocked. Trying to get it across into the danger zone. It's nicely done by Fasika, and young Amato still in his teenage years, showing lots of calm and presence. Good running here from Makaringe. Now can he get it square? Well, it was cleverly done by Kakana, just turned his back on it and ensured his hands were nowhere near potential handball in that penalty. So it'll be a corner.
You can see a change in positions also for Makaringa coming from deep. Gonzalez seems to be leading the line now, and Makaringa more as an attacking midfielder. He loves attacking the space from deep.
Well, almost 10 minutes gone. Gonzalez with a good curling ball. Ronald Williams under a bit of pressure, but that'll be a foul. Got a decent shove there. The good old days, Sean, of shoulder charging the goalkeeper into the goal, no longer allowed.
I think if Petra has just gone for the ball instead of obstructing Ronwin, you probably would have had a better chance. You know, attack the ball in front of the keeper before he actually catches it. You could have had a goal. But this is something that will never change in the Sundowns makeup, whether they lose the ball or not. Playing out from the back, the passes, that's what they're known for. Being comfortable, fluent football.
Here comes Sales, looking for Matthews. Stretched leg from Gordinho, intercepts. And the foul is going to go in favor of City. In the meantime, we'll have a little injury check here. There's a yellow card out as well. That was an earlier challenge from Makaringa on Ribeiro. He accepts it and apologizes, and Ribeiro rather tempered or temper-filled reaction. Makaringa very quickly and cleverly gets himself away from that little spark of anger. We're going to watch that one, Sean. Makaringa against Ribeiro over the next 80-odd minutes.
Oh, Makaringa's going to be really careful. You don't want to lose him during this match. He's one of the more creative players, a player that can also score the goals for them. Going to be disciplined in order to ensure that it stays 11 players on the field.
Now this season, Sundowns with 52 league goals, 24 of them coming in the first half, 28 in the second half. But the opening 15 minutes of matches has been their least prolific period. Only 6 goals coming during that time. It's a 12% record. He's still mumbling and grumbling, is Ribeiro, quite rightly so too. Well, there you can see the goals per segment. They get a lot better as they head towards half-time. Kize with a throw-in up to Rhodes. Heavy first touch allows Sundowns the chance to win possession back.
Well, it's good to see there's a different energy compared to the last game from Cape Town City. Here at home, like I indicated, I think the important thing is not to be anxious and play under pressure.
Little flick on header from Reyners. Ribeiro in the penalty area. Remember, he's the league's leading goal scorer, 13 so far this season. He's got 3 more than Reyners, who's second on the charts. I'll be eyeing that record or that opportunity to finish and win the Golden Boot, even if they will tell you now that it's all playing for the team. I'm sure that little personal milestone is very much on the cards as well. Here's Matthews, Cape Town boy, of course, started at Ajax. Allende, Ribeiro, Amato gets the challenge in.
Never get flustered when things don't go the way. The easiest outlet is always to go back to Ronwin and restart the whole process.
Well, you know, you were talking a little earlier about that passing. They set a new record on Wednesday against Richards Bay. 802 passes in that game. It's the most in the league this season, easily beating the previous record of 608 that Stellenbosch had against Richards Bay in February. And the 802 successful passes by Sundowns on Wednesday, also the highest tally over the last 6 seasons since they started keeping that statistic.
I always believe the important part is to make that possession stats count in your favor, which they have been doing in the last few years.
Allende. There's Morena now, finding Ribeiro, looking for the 1-2. Petrus got in the way.
So that is the problem. You see Rhodes on his own, trying to press and leaving spaces behind him.
Ball inside for Rangers now. Beats the outstretched leg of Fasika. Yes, Ribeiro. Blocked by Petrus. Then the challenge from Odada Mokoena. Took a little deflection. It'll be a corner. Sundowns' first set-piece opportunity of the game.
That's a great build-up by Sundowns. You can clearly see where they're trying to exploit the spaces either side of the back three. Great vision from Rangers as well to set up Ribeiro.
So Lende will take the corner. Clock tells us we're past the 15-minute mark. Ribeiro. Here's a chance for Modiba with that left foot. Keats just turns it away. He feels that there should be a little bit of pressing on Modiba. But maybe also could well have held on to that effort.
A little bit slow coming out here, Cape Town City. Godinho is the one that's trying to get close to him. It's always a difficult save to make when the ball bounces just in front of you. But you can see the anger in his eyes and his face towards his teammates.
Now floated in again. Header away from Fasika. Good turn here from Gonzalez. It bounces fortuitously. Lodada finds Rhodes. Amato into the penalty box. Now Rhodes. Intercepted by Allende, or cleared away by Allende, and Yama going back to Godinho. Those counter-attack opportunities do present City with a chance to maybe do something in this game.
That's probably the one area I feel the Rhodes needs to improve, is his decision-making in that final third. When to take on players and when to pass.
Nodada losing out there, and Morena was very quick onto it. Of course, one of the fastest players in the league. Well, he's a grumpy old thing, is Ribeiro, at the best of times. That's that competitive spirit, of course. Maybe one of the strong candidates for player of the season.
I think that has been Cape Town City's biggest problem, isn't it? You've got Ribeiro on 13 goals, and as a team, they've scored 13 goals.
Yeah, the worst scoring record in the league, the 4th worst defensive record. They were tied with Kaizer Chiefs before today's game, but Chiefs, of course, conceding 2 against Orlando Pirates earlier on. This was, again, a heavy first touch, and Amato forced into the foul on Rangers, so possession turned over by City. Second trip this season to the stadium. Game against Stellenbosch was here as well. A lengthy delay before we can get this free kick taken. Ribeiro. Header away from Inyama. Wide of goal from Mokoena. Well, he does like to shoot from the edge of the area.
Now you've got to make sure you clear that ball a lot further than what he did there, Nyama. Got to get a lot more height on that header, away from the middle area. You've got to get it more to the side. Those are the mistakes that Mokoena would love to capitalize on.
Was hoping for a little bit of a bend there, I think, Mokoena. In the end, well wide of Keats' goal. But Sundowns are on the attack again as City failed to clear their lines. Tashrik Matthews. No support here from Modiba.
There's sometimes certain things I don't understand. Finding yourself second bottom at the moment and you still want to play out from the back. Sometimes you just need to transfer that pressure to the opposition.
Now Lebusa, every single player save for Ronwen Williams is in the City half. Here comes Modiba on the left-hand side. Back to Mokoena. Allende. Mokoena and Rhodes just shrugs him off, looking for Sales. Fasika's having a big game at the back so far. Wins it again. Only as far as Matthews. Little touch from Gonzalez almost took it away. It still falls for Sundowns. Now Kekana out to Morena. Allende in the middle. Got a rare goal on Wednesday against Richards Bay. Ribeiro always looking for space and for work. Modiba in. Reyners with a header. And that is going to be a goal kick.
It's not the worst decision, but I think Sales on the left-hand side probably would have been a better option. You put him in, can cause a lot of problems with a hard and low cross. I think this is where Cape Town City definitely has to improve. You can see the traps being set up by Mamelodi Sundowns.
Mkize still looking to get that ball upfield. Fasika giving it away. Mkize's done well to get two challenges in. Rhodes holds it up, but Sundowns so quickly on it. Now Mokoena with a complaint. The referee came running in there. It looked as if he was going to brandish a card at some stage, but Mkize does get the free kick. Sales with the challenge, Matthews as well, and frustration for Tebogo Mokoena. So taken quickly upfield in search of Rhodes. Free kick in favour of Rhodes as well. Just through the legs of Matthews.
Trying to get the crowd behind him. Get a little bit more noise going here.
He's a super player with lots of skill. You can see why they pick him every week, but as you say, Sean, decision-making has really been very poor this season, in fact. Demeanour as well. I always find his body language a little on the negative side. But
yeah, when things don't go his way, you'll see his body language. And I think there's something that he needs to eradicate out of his game. He needs to get rid of it very, very quickly.
But there's no doubting the talent. Great exhibition thereof right now.
Natural talent here.
In from Gonzalez. And a little pushing and shoving in there that referee spotted. So before that ball had even come in, cleared away, or the whistle had gone.
And that's obviously something that Fortune Makaringa needs to be careful of. Already in a yellow card. When the referee speaks to you once, he's not going to speak to you again.
Now Diego Perol in charge at the moment, caretaker coach until the end of the season. That was announced when Mushin Etegral left. This is his fourth game since taking over from Etegral. 1 draw and 2 defeats in the previous 3. Now Modiba. Fasika. Sales takes it away. Still Sales to the byline. Mkize chasing him. Oh, he's done well timing Mkize. 36-year-old skipper.
That's great defending there from Mkhize. Just delayed the run from Salas, not giving opportunity to put that cross in.
They keep turning possession over the home side. It's going to potentially be costly. Amato does well. Rhodes' first touch a little heavy, but he gets the ball away to Nyamo. He's got a bit of space on the left-hand side now. Down the line for Gonzalez. 2-8 in the middle. Makaringa is joined by Nodada. Excellent defending from Morena. Gonzalez with the ball again. Here's Amato. Petrus into the makeshift left-back position. He's played there for Namibia. This cross from Gonzalez far too close to Williams. Now that was a bit more positive from the home side.
I think that cross could have gone just a little bit more towards that 6-yard area. You want to put the defense and the goalkeeper in two minds. You get a little bit more curl on that cross, it caused a lot of problems. But those are the type of situations you want from City more often.
Well, a rare error from Sundowns, and Morena has turned possession over. He's going to go all the way to Keita, clears with the left foot. There's a flick on from Gonzalez, but there's no real established frontman for City in this formation. Well, it's been a busy day already in the Betway Premiership, busy weekend I should say. We started last night with a draw with AmaZulu and Polokwane City. The derby, of course, on the agenda this afternoon. Pirates coming from conceding an early goal to win that one. Big win for Stellenbosch in their bid to go back into African club competition next season. They'll be looking to finish third again this campaign. They won 3-0 at Arrows, while Sekhukhune were held to a 1-1 draw against Obai Magesi. Had to come from behind in that game, did Sekhukhune. And SuperSport United moving now well clear of Cape Town City after beating Chippa United in Polokwane. Early evening result. So a foul by Mokoena and a yellow card for Mokoena. One yellow apiece, and while the referee still writing in the notebook, Mokoena shaking his head. City tried to take that too quickly, and they'll be fortunate here to get a second opportunity to take that kick again. This was the challenge from behind on Jaden Rhodes. So another set-piece chance. Just on all of those results from earlier today, a reminder that you've got one game in the Betway Premiership tomorrow. TS Galaxy hosting Richards Bay. He has a chance for Mkhize, gets a touch. Played a little short in there, I'm sure. Was he caught by surprise, Tami Mkhize, do you reckon, Sean?
I think also the pitch had played a part in it. It's got a very uneven bounce when you see the players pass the ball on the ground, but even that bounce itself surprised Tami Mkhize probably more than he expected. But with Sundowns playing that high line, those are the type of balls you want to play in between the defense and the goalkeeper.
Galaxy Richards Bay tomorrow starts at 3 p.m. live on your World of Champions. It's been played at Attridgeville. Galaxy at the moment a little nomadic. They were in Dobsonville last week, and Mbombela Stadium not available again this weekend, so they're playing at Attridgeville. You can catch that from 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The only Sunday fixture in the Betway Premiership after this rather busy Super Saturday, which continues here at the Cape Town Stadium. City 0, Sundowns 0. Top of the table versus the team de facto bottom of the table. Allende looking for Matthews. Fasika scared Matthews off a little bit. Modiba has possession. Nice ball inside from Ribeiro, but taken away by Amato. Now Gonzalez. Still Gonzalez. Referee looked to be in his way a little bit. Good change of direction from him. Gets the return pass from Nyama. Now Makaringe says, give it to me. Can he deliver? Here's Nyama with that left foot. Back to Gonzalez. On target, saved by Williams.
Well, he tried his best. Only thing he had to do was try and stay onside. Unfortunately, he just drifted offside from that return ball. It was a great effort, though.
Half an hour gone here at the Cape Town Stadium. Well, it's a lively goalless draw so far. Both goalkeepers have had to make saves. Nothing on the spectacular side, we might add, but there have been half chances for both of these teams.
This is one of those games where you know Sundowns will dominate possession. You just got to make sure you take one of your opportunities that you're going to get. You might not get many. Got to convert at least one or two of those opportunities.
Well, City actually won the first 3 meetings between these two clubs, but they've only won one of the last 10 head-to-head clashes against Sundowns. So they would really have to have a change in fortunes if they were to come away with what would be a massive 3 points for them. They start tonight on 23 points. And if they win, they will go alongside Richards Bay on 26. Richards Bay do have the better goal difference, however. Also on 26, Arrows and Supersport United. By the end of tonight, City would have played 1 match more than all of them. They have only 2 games left. Away against Polokwane City, and then home here on the last day of the season. That's May the 24th in the derby against Stellenbosch, a game where usually Stellenbosch come out tops. That's certainly been the case over the last couple of seasons. Become a bit of a bogey side for City, Stellenbosch. Ribeiro all over the park, as is usually the case with the Lende as well. There's Mokoena. Petrus.
These are the small details they've got to take care of. You can't work so hard to win the ball back and then give it back to Sundowns so easily.
Well, you could say the same to Artur Salles, who just gave it away there to City. And here again, courtesy of Kakana. Now, can they do something with it? Rhodes was offside.
Game is so tight and compact. Gonna need a deep run or shift of play to create more spaces.
And I suppose a point for City would be a bit of a confidence booster. We did hear the coach talking with Fiso before the game about confidence and how important it is. Reynolds is onside here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball for Matthews. Flag stays down. And City go behind.
And it's exactly what I just mentioned. The game being so tight, everybody's so focused on the ball. They forgot about Reynolds making the run off the shoulder of the defender, and you can see the frustration and anger again from Darren Keir. That is too easy for Sundowns to open City like that.
Now the defence all questioning whether there was offside or not, but we'll see now on the slow-mos. Sundowns with Matthews claiming his 5th league goal of the season. Now let's have a look. Reynolds kept onside. Gonzalez is off, but he does not interfere with play. Matthews comes from an onside position to finish off the pass here from Reyners.
Oh, that's a great pass from Reyners, to have that vision and awareness, to see the run of Matthews. He passed the ball past 3 Cape Town City players, and Matthews times his run to perfection.
Sundowns' 53rd league goal of the season. The next highest are Sekhukhune with 36. 1-0 ahead they go. And I could tell you, extraordinarily, it's their 90th goal of the season in all competitions. Only 27 conceded in the league, in the various domestic cups, and of course also in the African Champions League. 90 goals for the campaign for Mamelodi Sundowns.
And the great thing about that 90 goals, it's spread out across the field, you know, from defense to attack.
Live log will tell you they will move up to 61 points if they can hold on to this. They'll be effectively 2 wins away from the Betway Premiership. Clubs this season will finish with 28 games instead of the usual 30. Of course, all of the results from Royal AM have been expunged. Now is their chance for a quick equaliser. Gonzalez, he usually didn't go on his own, was looking to find Nodada in there. Handball goes against Reyners.
Acrobatically cleared by Mokoena, who was feeling the after effects at the moment, holding his back, doing that overhead kick.
Now Petrus, always so willing and full of verve and energy, maybe a little unsubtle at times, but good squad man to have. He has the goal scorer Matthews looking for Sales, cleared away by Gordinho. Morena with a bit of pace into space, goes for goal, he makes the save. Excellent stop, and Mkhize's first ahead of Matthews.
Another well-worked move from Mamelodi Sundowns, just making it look so easy, bouncing off each other, making third man run. You see Morena here looking and waiting. Great save from Darren Keat and Tommy Mkhize cleaning up.
So it'll be Allende to take the corner. Now with Ribeiro. Allende again into the area. Looking for Ribeiro. Can he get the ball across? Scrambling is Keat. And Petrus got a little touch as well. Gonzalez will win the free kick for City, but again some wonderful interchange there between the two South Americans.
Straight from the training field, isn't it? You can see clearly worked the way they wanted to. Allende takes the set play, but doesn't get involved and eventually get the return ball.
City have now conceded 18 first-half goals this season of the total of 30. That's the most by any club in the Betway Premiership in the first half of play. And they're going to have to try and scramble again with some 10-odd minutes left here in the first half, plus the second half to come. Still plenty of time to turn it around, but once again we are getting the usual display of competent dominance from Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, you know, when you play so much together as a team, irrespective of who comes in, I think that comfortability on the ball, it's across the field again. Whether you're a defender, midfielder or striker, everybody knows exactly what their role and responsibility is.
Taken away now by Allende. Ribeiro, Morena, this is Reyners on the edge of the area. Ribeiro looked offside, he knew it too and didn't get involved. So play continues. Here's Modiba joining in. That left foot finds Matthews. Matthews with the right, looking to cross it. Touch from Nodada. Not seen much from Tava Nodada in the midfield battles in this game, a little overshadowed. Modiba. Kekana. Coming into this game, Sundowns having lost just one of their last 14 visits to the Western Cape. That was against Stellenbosch in the Nedbank Cup a couple of seasons ago. And this is not a trip that fills them with much fear. Conditions tonight perfect for football. There's hardly any wind, if any at all. Decent-sized crowd, a lot of them dressed in yellow as well. They'll feel a little bit at home. Mamelodi Sundowns. Here's Modiba down the line, looking for Reyners. Fasika comes across. Another hoof into the night sky. Ball still in play. Jaden Rhodes, Lebusa. Kiza battling away there, really putting in a lot of effort. The skipper trying to lead by example. Rhodes has the throw-in. Well, if ever there was a night you need your captain to spur you on, it's tonight, and Tami Mkize is rising to the occasion. Here he is again now. To Rhodes, back in again. Good turn. Now can Rhodes deliver? The flag was up for offside.
One of the better combinations between Rhodes and Mkize. Option probably would have been better to pass it to Makaringa, who was in a better position. As a getter there, Makaringa is the one that should actually go for that return ball.
Yeah, his teammates having a real go at Rhodes now, Nodada and Makaringa. Elementary stuff that. Pointing out that that's a good opportunity missed out. Maybe the choice to play it into Rhodes as well should be questioned. Here's Fasika, finds Gonzalez. A little brighter now, the home side. Battling against the champions, can they make the breakthrough? Nyama with possession, very left-footed. Doesn't find Gonzalez, it'll be a goal kick.
As much as we're saying that Nyama must make a decision, the pressing from Sundowns has just been unbelievable. Every time a City player is in possession, they work so hard to have 2 or 3 players around him, not giving him any time to make a decision, and always, invariably, giving the ball away, City players. I think you can take a lot of heart from this first half performance. There's a lot of positives. Just that final third entries and decision making need to improve.
Yeah, Diogo Perel have to really pick up the pieces after a very disappointing campaign for the club. Eric Tinkler leaving in December. Mushin Integral started brightly against Chiefs and Pirates. Salez with a shot here. But after that, not too many points picked up. It's been a bad year for the Western Cape, besides Stellenbosch, of course. They've been the one bright light for the province. Semi-final of the Confeds Cup, up chasing for 3rd place in the Betway Premiership. They'll be up against Sundowns next. Sundowns playing next Sunday against Stellenbosch in the league. Games thick and fast now for the champions, having to catch up as well with the Champions League looming. They'll be playing against Chipper United at home Wednesday, and then Stellenbosch at home on Sunday. Hits the referee. That should be a drop ball in favour of City. He's got away in the way a few times, this referee today, Mr. Bambiso. Mkize, miscued, finds Makaringa, looking for Rhodes. Almost through there. Another good interception from Mamelodi Sundowns. Fasika. Mkize. Here's Amato.
Referee Mazetola almost again in the way of Mkize's pass.
Nodada looking for Nyama, the return ball, just a little shallow. Morena does well. And it comes off Tabo Nodada. Lebusa, of course, began his career here in Cape Town with Ajax. He was originally from Welkom. Now, can Makaringa steal this away? Saw the opportunity. Modiba almost losing out. It's Modiba's pass to Matthews down this left-hand side. Modiba again. Mokoena.
And there's one thing that Sundowns won't do is try and force things. If it's not on, they will retain that possession and circulate the ball, even if it means going back as far as Ronald Williams.
I'm a little confused, Sean. Did I hear the stadium announcer say 5 minutes of stoppage time and we've got 1 minute going? What did you hear? You hear one?
I didn't hear what he said. I think it might have been 1 minute.
Well, I think 1 minute it is. In fact, 50 seconds added on by Mr. Bambiso. It's Tashrik Matthews who has the goal that separates the two sides. Champions Mamelodi Sundowns leading Cape Town City and edging ever closer to the Betway Premiership. If they can hold on to the win here, they'll need just 2 more victories. They could be wrapping this title up come Sunday afternoon next week when they take on Stellenbosch. 2 more wins if they can hold on here against Cape Town City. And of course, City at the bottom, 15th place in the Betway Premiership, really fighting for their lives. Huge game tonight at the Cape Town Stadium, and I reckon plenty of action still to come. City 0, Sundowns 1.
Show them some positive energy. It's the Teka challenge. Fans against fans. Proudly brought to you by Sport Cape Town City Partners. The Teka challenge brought to you by Sport Pesa. Fans against fans. DJ Poison will be handling 1s and 2s. Let's go Cape Town, show some love for the Cape Town City fans as they take each other on in the Teka challenge. Proudly brought to you by
Confidence booster. We did hear the coach talking with Fiso before the game about confidence and how important it is. Reyners is onside here, by the way. He has a chance, cuts inside with the ball for Matthews. Flag stays down, and City go behind.
And it's exactly what I just mentioned. The game being so tight, everybody's so focused on the ball, they forgot about Reyners making the run off the shoulder of the defender, and you can see the frustration and anger again from Darren Keir. That is too easy for Sundowns to open City like that.
Now the defence all questioning whether there was offside or not, but we'll see now on the slow-mos. Sundowns with Matthews claiming his 5th league goal of the season. Now let's have a look. Reyners kept onside. Sullers is off, but he does not interfere with play. Matthews comes from an onside position to finish off the pass here from Reyners.
Oh, that's a great pass from Reyners, to have that vision and awareness, to see the run of Matthews. He passed the ball past 3 Cape Town City players, and Matthews times his run to perfection.
Sundowns' 53rd league goal of confidence booster. We did hear the coach talking with Fiso before the game about confidence and how important it is. Reynolds is onside here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball for Matthews. Confidence booster. We did hear the coach talking with Fiso before the game about confidence and how important it is. Reynolds is onside here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball for Matthews. Flag stays. About confidence and how important it is. Reynolds is onside here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball for Matthews. Flag stays down. The Fiso before the game about confidence and how important it is. Reynolds is onside here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball for Matthews. Flag. It is. Reynolds is onside here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball for Matthews. Flag stays down. With Fiso before the game about confidence and how important it is. Reynolds is onside here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball for Matthews. Flag stays down. And City go behind.
And it's exactly what I just mentioned. The game being so tight.
With Fiso before the game about confidence and how important it is. Reynolds is onside here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball for Matthews. Flag stays down. Here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball. Here, by the way. He has a chance. Cuts inside with the ball. Clock tells us we're past the 15-minute mark. Ribeiro has a chance for Modiba with that left foot. Keats just turns it away. He feels that there should be a bit of pressing on Modiba. Maybe also could well have held on to that effort.
A little bit slow coming out here, Cape Town City. Verdinho is the one that's trying to get close to him. It's always a difficult save to make when the ball bounces just in front of you.
The clock tells us we're past the 15-minute mark. Ribeiro has a chance for Modiba with that left foot. Keats just turns it away. He feels that clock tells us we're past the 15-minute mark. Ribeiro has a chance for Modiba with that left foot. Keats just turns it. Clock tells us we're past the 15-minute mark. Ribeiro has a chance for Modiba with that left foot. Keats just turns it away. Has a chance for Modiba with that left foot. Keats just turns it away. Throw. Has a chance for Modiba with that left foot. Keats just turns it away. He feels that there should be a little bit of pressing on. Has a chance for Modiba with that left foot. Keats just turns it away. He feels that Premiership tomorrow. TS Galaxy hosting Richards Bay. He has a chance for Mkize. Gets a touch. Played it a little short in there. I'm sure was he caught by surprise? Tami Mkize. Premiership tomorrow. TS Galaxy hosting Richards Bay. He has a chance for Mkize. Gets a touch. Played it a little short in there. I'm sure was he caught by surprise? Tami Mkize. The Betway Premiership tomorrow. TS Galaxy hosting Richards Bay. He has a chance for Mkize. Gets a touch. Played it a little short in there. I'm sure was he caught by surprise? Tami Mkize. TS Galaxy hosting Richards Bay. He has a chance for Mkize. Gets a touch. Hosting Richards Bay. He has a chance for Mkize. Gets a touch. Good change of direction from him. Gets the return pass from Nyama. Now Makaringe says, give it to me. Can he deliver? He has Nyama with that left foot. Back to Gonzalez. On target, saved by Williams.
Well, he tried his best.
Left foot. Back to Gonzalez. On target. Makaringe says, give it to me. Can he deliver? He has Nyama with that left foot. Back to Gonzalez. On target, saved by Williams. Makaringe says, give it to me. Can he deliver? He has Nyama with that left foot. Back to Gonzalez. On target, saved by Williams. Of direction from him. Gets the return pass from Nyama. Now Makaringe says, give it to me. Can he deliver? He has Nyama with that left foot. Back to Gonzalez. On target, saved by Williams.
Well, he tried his best. Only thing he had to do was try and stay onside. Unfortunately, he just drifted offside from that return ball.
Good change of direction from him. Gets the return pass from Nyama. Now, Makaringa says, give it to me. Can he deliver? Here's Nyama with that left foot. Back to Gonzalez. On target, saved by Williams.
Well, he tried his best.
Morena with a bit of pace into space, goes for goal, keeper's the save. Excellent stop. And Mkhize's first ahead of Matthews.
Another well-worked move from Mamelodi Sundowns. Just making it look so easy, bouncing off each other, making third man run. You see Morena here looking and waiting. Great save from Darren Keith and Tommy Mkhize cleaning up.
So it'll be Allende. Morena with a bit of pace into space, goes for goal, keeper's the save. Excellent stop. Morena with a bit of pace into space, goes for goal, keeper's the save. Excellent stop. And Morena with a bit of pace into space, goes for goal, keeper's the save. Excellent stop. And Mkhize. Morena with a bit of pace into space, goes for goal, keeper's the save. Excellent stop. Morena with a bit of pace into space, goes for goal, keeper's the save. Excellent stop. Pace into space, goes for goal, keeper's the pace into space, goes for goal, keeper's the save. Excellent stop. And with a bit of pace into space, goes for goal, keeper's the save. Excellent stop. goal of the season from Tashrik Matthews separates these two sides. Welcome back everyone to Cape Town Stadium. Home side, Cape Town City, trailing the champions by a 0-0 in this Betway Premiership action. A very busy Saturday in the domestic league. Derby success for Orlando Pirates earlier on. Vital points for Supersport United in their battle against potential relegation. Good victory for Stellenbosch as well earlier on today as they battle with Sekhukhune United for third place and a slot in the African Confederation Cup next season. Not much to smile about for the home fans here, but for those supporting Mamelodi Sundowns, plenty to enjoy as the champions have turned it on. What's going to happen to John Comita's team in the second half, do you reckon, Sean Bartlett?
Well, I think they need to come out with that same energy. And like I said at the end of the first half, it's just the decision-making in that final third needs to be a little bit better. Create more opportunities. I think they did fairly well in that first 45 minutes, containing Sundowns as much as they could. Just the lapse of concentration allowed that space for Rainers to go and exploit.
Coach Diogo Perol, you saw in picture there, along with Roger de Sa and Lebogang Manyama, who are assisting him these days. What has the Brains Trust put together for City here in the second half? Well, we'll see straight away, because we're underway here at the Cape Town Stadium. The team in blue attacking the goal to the left. Keith knocks that into touch. It'll be Sundowns' ball. Champions looking to win yet again. Really do have a fine record of late in the Cape, undefeated away to City in their last 5 visits, 2 wins and 3 draws. City haven't won at home against Sundowns since March 2019. They did win a home fixture against Sundowns in the Bio Bubble up in Joburg, but here at this stadium, March 2019 was the last time Sundowns went down. That's over 6 years ago now. Tamo Nodada involved in the early action. Sundowns with a chance to clear their lines. Fasika intercepts. This is Rhodes now. Finds Nodada. Allende with a challenge. Nodada turns. They need a bit more of that. Shooting was off target. The idea was a good one.
Well, I can see a different intention from the Cape Town City players in the second half. These first few minutes, you can clearly see the team talk was to put more pressure on Sundowns, especially from the kickoff. You see 4 players already lined up on that 18-yard area.
Norman Williams over the top of the press to Ribeiro, who has time to turn. And Kize all over him, gives away the free kick.
Oh, that's going to hurt a little bit, unfortunately. Kize just stood on his hand accidentally. I don't think it was intentional. He's in a lot of pain there. Just as he's tumbled over, you can see him, Kize, just standing on his right hand.
Ooh, yes. If he was a tennis player, he'd be in serious trouble now. Still down, Ribeiro. Now there's a bit of communication these days. Mamelodi Sundowns with the walkie-talkies from the physio. What happened to the good old ring the fingers round, or put a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
That's obviously the doctor that's assessing him. The physio is telling the bench already to get players warming up.
The former coach, sorry, Sean.
Former coach, former technical director.
Yep. There's the current bench that has taken over from Ertugrul. Roger de Sa's the new face there. For the rest, much the same. This is how things stand for City. Royal AM's results have all been expunged now, officially expelled from the National Soccer League. That means from both tiers, the top 2 tiers. So City, if they stay down in 15th, will go into the post-season relegation promotion playoffs. And at the moment, with Durban City on their way to winning that Motsepe Foundation Championship, it looks as if it'll be Orbit College and Keswick Stars, maybe Black Leopards and Kruger United also possibly in the playoffs. JDR Stars are a little on the edges, but it's going to be a bit of a fight.
That's the big game tomorrow, JDR against Durban City.
In from Allende, bobbing around, cleared away by Fasika. Quena's ball inside, intercepted by Makaringa. Mato finds Gonzalez, he looks across, the flag stays down. This is a great chance. Rhodes going in towards goal, and it was Morena who put it behind for a corner.
I can clearly see what Gonzalez was trying to do, but you can see Amato asking why I wasn't the better option. His timing is run into that 18-yard area. You know, he's looking ahead at Rhodes, but look at Amato just on the edge coming into the 18-yard area.
Second corner of the game for City. They had an early one in this match, now they get another chance. Taken short, Rhodes to Gonzalez, floated in, good curl on it. Up in the air from Ron Kekana. Petrus, not sure where that was going. Fasika still in there, he's battling away. Big and strong, the Congolese. Looking for the corner. He gets the free kick.
No, I think he's given a throw in. Assistant referee not buying that dive from Idumba.
Well, they look for Kiza to maybe deliver the long throw. Gordinho's come up as well. Nodada, Kize.
That's schoolboy errors that from Mkize and Nodada. Got to get back on side as quickly as possible. You're taking the throw in, ensure you can see the whole line across the field. Stay on side and give yourself a chance to put that ball into the box. There's certain positives coming already in this first 5-6 minutes. It's always difficult to see where the goals are going to come from when you don't have a direct striker on the field.
Now Allende, Sales, Allende and Morena with a good run. Falls for Mato though, that's intercepted. Modiba with the early pass for Rainers. Still finds Morena despite the delay there from Rainers. Allende in support. Mokoena, Modiba. He's going to let it fall here for Ikram Rainers, who got the assist on the opening goal. Here's Ribeiro, dragging it back, looking for Sales. Touching there from Inyama to just get it away from the danger zone. Sundowns probing. Cape Town City on edge. City without a goal in 14 of their 25 league matches so far this season. That's more than any other club. They are desperate for one tonight. Try and give themselves a chance to climb out of the relegation zone. Acceleration from Matthews, dealt with by Mkize. Dada winning the free kick rather cleverly off Aubrey Modiba. Two ex-colleagues, by the way, at Mpumalanga Black Aces, Modiba and Nodada.
Yeah, I think Coach Mushun Ettinger might have been there as well at the same time. So
100%. Now here's Ribeiro, sights on goal, goes down. Referee is not interested. Playing comes for a penalty, not given.
Maybe that's the bit of luck that Cape Town City need at this moment in time.
It falls for Rhodes here, at the other end. Needs a bit of support. Gonzalez. Still Gonzalez. Now out to Tami and Kize. We'll give you a chance to make up your mind about that penalty call in a moment or two. Just staying with the live action, of course, here. As Gonzalez looks to find Makaringe in the middle. Good sliding challenge from Lebusa means that we have a corner kick for City. Ribeiro is still moaning about that penalty claim. We'll get to it in a moment. Rhodes to deliver. Here comes the cross. Disappointing one, but up in the air from Ladada. Fasika's in there. Here's Gordinho at the back post. Header again, and a foul, an offside, excuse me, against Cape Town City.
Again, not sure if it was Idumba or Gordinho as this ball comes in. Definitely not Idumba, but here from Gordinho, that flick on, clearly offside.
It's good work from the linesman, it must be said, over on the far side. Earlier challenge from Ribeiro. What do you think, Sean? Went down too easily?
Yeah, I think too easy. There was a bit of contact, but not enough. You can clearly see how he throws himself in order to deceive the referee.
You live in a bit of a strange world, you footballers.
I think the important thing and priority in this game now is for City not to concede a second. Rather get an equalizer than conceding a second.
Well, it'll be Sundowns with the throw-in. Tapelo Morena. Here's Reyners. Modiba. He's on his left foot. He's looking for Sales. That is close. Perfect ball in for Aubrey Modiba. Lovely height for Arthur Sales. Just wide a goal.
But again, look at it's just Reyners. He makes things happen for Sundowns all the time. Close on the right hand side, it goes to Modiba. What a cross from Modiba. Just needed a little bit more curl on that header, directing it to that far post.
Now Reyners with a shot. He goes over the top of Keats' goal. They really are dominating now. Mamelodi Sundowns in search of a second. 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes gone in the second half.
Cape Town City is still forcing to play out from the back. Just get it over the top and work with the second ball. Got to get that ball to the next zone as quickly as possible.
Golden zone, as Mushin Integral used to like to call it. Just a little break here for Sundowns after the intensity of the pressing, the attack. And always patient in their build-ups.
And you know they're quite comfortable just keeping the ball. Like you explained, you know, over 800 passes in the last game against Richards Bay. They're not going to force things. They'll circulate that ball as much as they can.
And as you said, so used to playing with each other. This is game number 48 of the season. 4 more to go in the league after this. Then the 2 legs of the Champions League final. That'll be 54 by the end of May. And then you add another 3 at the Club World Cup. By the time they finally go on holiday towards the end of June, 57 matches. That's a minimum. They might even have more.
End of June, when most clubs are coming back for the season.
Yeah, I'm not, well, I'd be absolutely astounded if they started the league a little later. Yes, Sales! Saved by Keats. That would have been disallowed. The flag was up for offside.
Rainer's fault, he was onside. Will be interesting to see how close that was. It just drifted offside.
Yeah, not going to count if it had gone in, but Keith made the save nevertheless.
This is what makes it so difficult for opponents to actually press or mark Sundowns. You look at Sales is on the right hand side, Ribeiro's on the left, then Sales is up front. He's all over the place. So that interchange of positions just confuses the opponent sometimes. They're so flexible in knowing that when the one player goes out of position, the other one will go and fall in.
Yeah, another one who is really at the centre of all that is Allende. Seems to have the freedom to move around as he feels best. Looking up play all the time is the 26-year-old from Chile. Still looks like he's 16, but what a player. Here's Petrus now. To Rhodes. Nyama, first touch a bit heavy. Should be City's ball. Now let's see. We're going to have a little break. I think it's so injury to Nyama.
After that heavy touch, it just overstretched a little bit. Might be feeling a little tweak on the knee or the hamstring on the right hand side.
So we've had an hour's football here at Cape Town Stadium. Tashik Matthews' goals still separating these two sides. Amato, still Amato. He's only been 19 in July, Amato. That's a foul in favour of Sales. Just the two yellow cards so far in this game, Makaringe and Mokoena. Quite a few players who are sitting on 3 yellows with the potential of being suspended. Fasika, Gordinho, Nodada in the starting lineup for the home side, and for Mamelodi Sundowns, a couple too who might land up with a one-match suspension should they be booked today. Allende and Lebusa. Gordinho does well. Nyama, Petrus, early ball to Makaringe. Looking for Rhodes, cut out by Kakana. Just moving around quietly here, Mamelodi Sundowns. Is using the opportunity in the absence of Peter Shalolile, who again starting. He was amongst the scorers against Richards Bay on Wednesday in the last encounter. Nkize. Amato, the chase for Gonzalez. Aubrey Modiba with plenty of time. Ronwen Williams will get a rare second half touch here. Here's some space for Matthews and for Sales. Morena's gone on a run down the right, through the middle to Ribeiro. Using his strength, Petrus says no foul. Referee says free kick on the edge of the area. That is Mokoena territory.
Great run again from Ribeiro, just taking it on the chest.
Yellow card for Petrus, by the way.
Petrus is being caught for speed there. Late tackle, luckily outside the 18 area.
How close was this? Well outside, actually.
Seems like Alenda's the one putting the ball down.
Don't always believe everything you see, I think, Sean.
We have seen Matthews also strike the ball from this distance. I'd like to know what Reyners is doing behind Darren Keat in the goal.
That's the old nuisance factor, isn't it? Well, he's down the pecking order in terms of free kick taking. Yeah, another man who could strike it with some aplomb. One criticism of the refereeing here would be this is taking far too long to tell them where to stand and to get it all sorted.
Even the Sundowns wall shouldn't be that close. It needs to be at least 1.5 meters away.
Well, City moved across, Amato moved across next to the Sundowns players, and as you're right, the new rules or recent rules say there should be a bit of a gap, but now you can see almost nothing between Amato and Matthews, which is shouldn't be the case. Who's going to take this kick? Tebogo Mokoena is now setting the ball up. My money would be on him rather than Allende. Allende's gone away from it. I think he sold your dummy there, Sean.
Well, I think Mokoena is probably looking to go on the opposite side instead of over the wall. Hence is asking his players to create that bit of gap between the wall.
Maybe Ribeiro
and Makaringa.
well. Here comes Mokoena, floats it onto the wall. Header away from Fasika. Mokoena again. Makaringa clears. Now Ribeiro well over the top. Opportunity gone for Mamelodi Sundowns, but with 25 minutes to go, plenty of time still in this encounter. Mkize needs a bit of treatment.
I think that's from the Mokoena set play.
Did Mkize feel some of the pain there? As the effort comes in. Yeah, he went up along with Amato. I think they were both blocking it. No, Mkize did take a fair amount of that on the side of the face. So they've seen off that one, City. Can they get themselves back down the other end? Makaringa beaten in the air by Kakana. Up goes Petrus. Nodada and Ribeiro. This will fall for Makaringa. Gonzalez trying to get it out wide. Allende now. Ofanyama. Amazing that Cape Town City had a fairly positive start to the season at home. They won 5 of their first 7 home games in the Betway Premiership in this campaign. They are winless in their last 5. If it stays this way, it'll be extended to 6. Sundowns away from home, 13 away games including this, so the 12 previous ones have seen 8 wins. 1 draw and 3 losses. The last one, that game against Pirates at the Orlando State. There's Morena now. Allende on the edge of the area. Rhodes has a look up. It's muscled off the ball by Lucas Ribeiro.
Just a bit of experience from Ribeiro. They're using his body to regain the ball from Rhodes. And we always put a lot of emphasis on how Sundowns retain the ball, pass it around, but the amount of work they do when they're not in possession, it's actually frightening in order to regain that ball. Always working together in packs, putting pressure on the opponent.
Well, tonight maybe not as convincing as they were on Wednesday against Richards Bay, but nevertheless You feel maybe not as taxed as City would have hoped to have put them under pressure. To be fair, Ronwen Williams hasn't really been forced into any dramatic stops in the Sundowns goal. Back into the lineup after Dennis Onyango played in midweek. It's a lovely ball, by the way, to Tashik Matthews. Rayner's inside, Salez. Left foot, Allende. Straight at Keats. He's got an appetite for a goal, Allende, after scoring against Richards Bay. Nodada. Kiza. Interestingly, Sean, with 20 minutes to go, no changes yet.
Yeah, I think I've just looked at the team sheet, and I think somebody that can cause a lot of problems with his physicality and his runs is Goedeman. You know, they need somebody up front that can cause a bit of problems. I think Makaringa tried his utmost best, but not being the natural position, always difficult to make the right runs.
Goedeman standing by to come on. Mamelodi Sundowns, all the replacements are on the bench, so it's difficult for Coach Cardoso because they got such a tough program of matches. You are inclined to rest players at this stage of the game, but of course the priority must be to win this game because it just takes them that much closer to the league title. Pirates breathing down their neck. Remember, they're not out of it yet. Despite that setback in midweek against Seko Kune, bouncing back against Kaizer Chiefs today. Pirates will be playing again on Tuesday in Durban against Golden Arrows, and then they're going to stay in Durban for the Cup final next Saturday, live from Moses Mabhida, of course, on your World of Champions. Free kick here for Amato. Now, are we going to get that change or not?
I think they're hoping to have a double change.
Yeah, it looks like Kamahelo Moholcho to come on as well. Add some experience in the middle of the park there. But not just yet. Game continues without those changes. Petrus swings it over, looking for Mkhize on the right. Madiba gets the clearing header. Nodada, Makaringe onside, Mkhize into the middle, away by Kakana. Vasika up there, Ribeiro with some nice skill, Amato battling with him, Allende does ever so well. On the full volley, out to Tashrik Matthews, cuts inside. Thought about the shots, finds Allende, Salles to his right, Allende, a floater, back post, Matthews! Struck the post.
He's the one that started the whole move, initially on the left-hand side. Not sure if he struck the crossbar or the upright. It's always difficult to finish those on the half volley.
Amato is being replaced by Mohojo, like for like in the midfield. Mohojo maybe a bit more settled on the ball. The 18-year-old has had a good outing today. And Aprocius Petrus is also out. Goedeman goes in, so they presumably are going to go to a back four now. Jaden Adams and Puliso Mudau standing by to come on for Mamelodi Sundowns, as you can see there. Now, Goedeman, first touch from him. Nyama with a throw-in. All the while, the clock is winding down here at Cape Town Stadium. We're fast approaching the final 15 minutes of this Betway Premiership encounter. Here's Reyners. First touch almost allowed Mahocho to get in there. It's Morena. Ball possession now, managing the game. These closing stages will be priority for Mamelodi Sundowns. Hold on to this 1-0 lead, don't need any more.
Yeah, I think City just need to be a little bit careful, you know. Pushing for that equalizer will also open up a bit of spaces behind. You don't want to concede a second goal.
Matthew's showing a bit of pace there, and to his disappointment, couldn't keep it in play. Here's Makaringe. Onside Gonzalez. Offside, though, was Rhodes, so he couldn't play the ball inside Gonzalez. Help from Mahojo. No place on the bench today, by the way, for Tulani Serrero. He's really battling to get into this team, despite the fact that they're struggling near the foot of the table. Mokoena up into the air. Goedeman and Allende. Makaringe turns. No real power on that, and no problem really for Ronwen Williams.
It was more a snapshot there from Makaringa, under pressure from the Sundowns players. 15 minutes to go, last 15 minutes. Sure, Sundowns will just put their foot on the ball now for a little bit, pass it around.
They've only drawn once this season, which is rather unusual, the same as Orlando Pirates. Either sink or swim with this Sundown side.
Was that the draw against Arrows, I think?
You're right. One all in the beginning of March. Given away by Gonzalez. He looks to be tiring a little bit. Sundowns after this against Chipper United at Loftus, then Stellenbosch next Sunday on Cup final weekend. Got to get those catch-up matches squeezed in. In fact, they'll be playing 3 successive home games. Sundowns after this one. My guess is the other on May the 17th. Here's Reyners. The last league game for Sundowns is also against Chipper. They haven't played them at all this season. That's on May the 24th, which is the last day of the season. Everybody plays at the same time, but they've got Champions League that day.
So will they play that match before or after the season?
Good question. We wait to see what the league says. Because do you want to schedule it on the Wednesday? Here's Reyners! All over now. Mamelodi Sundowns get the second and edge ever closer to the Betway Premiership.
And that's exactly what I was afraid of. I was saying the more they're pushing forward for the equalizer, they leave gaps and spaces at the back. And with this Sundowns team and the ease they get the ball through the middle, it will be a massive concern, and you can see the bench not being happy from what they can see in that defense. But what a run from Reyners, and the pass also. Great execution.
He's now 2 behind Ribeiro in the goal-scoring stakes. Everyone walking at this stage. Sales, and then just that clever little run from Reyners. It was a delightful ball as well. Perfectly weighted.
Yeah, great pass. All he had to do is find the back of the net, put it between Darren Keith and the goalpost. But it's Idumba that gets sucked out of position. And you can see, obviously, Mkhize trying his best to stay with Reyners, but just weren't quick enough.
Changes are going to be made now. Reyners comes off, Ribeiro comes off, so does Mudau. And so a whole host of changes here with... there's confirmation of those going off. Jaden Adams is on, Kuliso Mudau, and Tapelo Maseko. And then Hashim Domingo will come on for Cape Town City. That'll be a last throw of the dice. Good to see Tapelo Maseko back playing. Of course, you remember he's had a few hamstring problems amongst others. But what incredible pace he brings to the Sundowns attack. Free kick here for the home side. 2 goals down. Nyama with the left foot towards Pasika at the back post. Good clearing touch there from Mudal. Back in again from Gonzalez. Domingo got a good touch to it. Allende doing ever so well here. Allende needs a bit of help. It comes very quickly from Modiba, and the last touch from Domingo. The crowd love that.
He just brings so much calmness to the Sundowns team. He's never rushed, never panicked. Took his time to find Modiba with that combination.
Now, having made those 3 changes, now very quickly another for Mamelodi Sundowns. Grant Kakana comes off, Malibongwe Khoza on. First season for him, of course, in the Sundowns lineup. He's only made his debut in November, Khoza, but has already had 12 starts in the league. Very good alternative at the back, 21-year-old. And another change. And the crowd, you can hear, hailing Themba Zwane, who's only recently come back into action. We saw him in that Champions League encounter against Al Ahly.
And Ronwen Williams passes on the captain's armband to Themba Zwane. That's a great gesture.
Well, so he should, Sean. 35-year-old age seniority. Which is also the case here in the commentary box. Although you wouldn't think so. Now, long throw. Mudal. Oh, if anyone's got pace to chase, this is Maseko. Gordinho claiming it to get the throw in. Been a season of frustration for Maseko injury-wise. Nice first touch from Domingo. Doesn't find Caden Francis. He's another who's come on. Didn't recognize his entree into the onto the field. Well, it's a last throw of the dice here by Cape Town City with 8 minutes to go. Maybe reference that Manchester United win the other night. That might be stretching it a bit, but that was an extraordinary turnaround. And if they lose today, Cape Town City will have lost 15 times this season. That's the most ever in club history in a single season. The previous was 12 in the 2017-2018 season. They're off next week, City, and then off to Polokwane for their penultimate game on May the 17th. Everybody's playing on that Saturday simultaneously, as is the case on the last Saturday, May the 24th, when they'll be home here to Stellenbosch. Just a reminder, of course, Galaxy chasing a top 3 finish, hosting relegation-threatened Richards Bay in Attridgeville, live on SuperSport from 3 p.m. Can Galaxy do City a favour here and inflict defeat on Richards Bay? They'll all be watching that for sure. Tuesday night, Pirates away at Golden Arrows at 7:30. That's at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Nicely done by Mudal. And Wednesday night, Sundowns playing against Chipper in Pretoria. That's also kicking off at 7:30. Saturday, this time, we'll know by this time next week who's won it. But Saturday afternoon, 3:30 kickoff from Durban, the Nedbank Cup final. And Sundowns back in action on Sunday next week, hosting Stellenbosch, where they could possibly wrap up this league title. That's all ahead for you on your World of Champions. Cape Town City, 25 games, really struggling to get the points. And a stark contrast to the way the things were last season. Sean, have a look at this. They were 5th after 25 games last season. They'd won 10 matches, 37 points. Complete contrast with how things stand after 25 games in this campaign.
Well, it's never easy also when you're on your 3rd coach in the same season. There's no continuity or familiarity with players getting used to a certain style. Have to keep changing.
That second goal, of course, was the signal for coach Miguel Cardoso to make the changes here. Whole new look about the Sundowns lineup now. It's resting tired bodies, getting them fresh for the next encounter against Chipper on Wednesday, and keeping in mind, of course, that African Champions League final later on this month. The 24th, the first leg in Pretoria. June the 1st is the second leg in Cairo. Will we have an African champion from South Africa come the end of the campaign?
All about damage control at this moment in time. Remember, with the points being so close between the bottom 4 or 5 teams, goal difference might come in.
Yeah, and City already with a fairly negative difference in comparison to the other sides in and around them. Nyama's throw doesn't find Caden Francis. Tembazwane, good to see him back just in time, of course, for the Club World Cup, where that extraordinary ability of his might certainly shine on a world stage.
And he should be fairly fresh as well, coming back from an injury.
Yeah, very serious ACL that has worked well on the rehab and got himself fit in time. They also took their time, Sundowns, before putting him back on the field, making sure that his fitness was up to the requisite level.
Yeah, I always believe there's a massive difference between medically fit and playing fit. And that's where the coaches obviously have to take those decisions.
Fasika clears under pressure from Maseko. Good header from Goedeman. Gonzalez keeping this in play. Now Mkhize up to Francis. Finds Gonzalez. Mohojo. This is positive. Goedeman has a look up. He's got Francis in the middle. Sliding challenge from Mokoena. Little innovation as well in the way he cleared that.
Yeah.
Nice ball out here to Allende. Jaden Adams. Well, Sundowns just winding down the clock now. We've got some 90 seconds to go before we reach the 90.
Oh,
Fasika does well. Here's Nyama. Rhodes finds a bit of space. Goedeman. Rhodes again. Two youngsters who came up from the Diski Challenge side here at City. Here's Gonzalez. Francis. Has he got the corner? Yes, he has. Comes off Artur Sales. 30 seconds to go before we go into stoppage time. City going to make one more sub. This is CJ Masedano, who has also come up on the Diski side. They are missing a handful of players who they're allowed to go off and play with the under-20s. Jody Asheen, Shaquille April amongst them, who have played in their first team before, might have actually been in the pecking order ahead of the Masedano. Away from Koza. Here's Nyama. Floats it back in again. He's looking for Fasika. Allende, this is a chance to make it 3. Match the score against Richards Bay on Wednesday against Mohojo. He's looking a little bit tired there, Allende, as he surged forward. Now, Masedano back to Mohojo, who says, off you go. Not the best of balls from the veteran midfielder. 4 minutes to be added on, excuse me.
Needed a bit more loft on that pass to get it into the space for the Masedano.
So these fixtures continue to keep coming for Mamelodi Sundowns. Wednesday against Chippa. Next up, Maseko into the middle. Nyama clears. Still looking for number 3. Goedeman gets the foul. Well, the best that City can hope for now is that TS Galaxy do them a favour tomorrow and they remain just 3 points behind Richards Bay. And then they need to go to Polokwane City and win their next game, and indeed also get victory against Stellenbosch in their final encounter on May the 24th. In the meantime, Sales. Maseko into the penalty area. He goes, looking for number 3, Allende. Can he pick out Adams? Neatly done by Hashim Domingo, playing against his old club, of course. Finds Francis, he's quick. Caden Francis signed from Chippa United at the start of the season. Trying to test Lebusa, no way through those experienced defenders. National team quality, Lebusa and Modiba. Zwane getting a round of applause from the crowd there on the far side. I think everyone in the country is delighted to see him back, whether you're a Sundowns fan or not.
I think even Hugo Bruce is quite happy to see him back. I think healthy and fit Zwane is always good for Sundowns and the country.
No, Bafana match was announced for June. It would seem a little pointless given Sundowns are going off to the Club World Cup. Although it might be a chance to field some other players, but friendly dates only in June for African countries. There are no World Cup qualifiers until September and October, by which time we'll know who qualifies and who doesn't. Remember those days, Sean Bartlett? You went to a few World Cups in your time?
Yeah. The worst part was traveling back from America every time, 18-20 hours.
Scored a few times too, if I remember correctly. So is this the last passage of play now? We're down to the last 20 seconds or so. Kamaelo Mohojo drives it forward. Sales cuts it out. Are they going to get one more? He wants one more. driving forward. He's been at full tilt for 90 minutes as Sales. Back to Allende, back to Sales again. Ball inside, clearance by Nyama, back again. Gonzalez, Fasika, who was up there with the strikers, and that is the game. Mamelodi Sundowns, winners here against Cape Town City.
Yeah, it's a very frustrating night for Cape Town City, but once again, Mamelodi Sundowns showed their quality, even with replacements coming on, what they're capable of doing. What they have on the bench and on the field is far superior than most teams can even start with. So, disappointing night for Cape Town City. Expected to give it a bit of a fight, but it's back to the drawing board, like they would say.
Effectively, they need 2 more wins, 6 more points to win the Betway Premiership, reach an unassailable total of points, and they could achieve that by Sunday. They've got Chipper on Wednesday at Loftus, and then Stellenbosch at home again on Sunday. If not, then the game against Magesi on the 17th of May. All of those before they go to the Champions League final. So they'll be certainly looking to wrap this title up. Also depends on what Orlando Pirates do on Tuesday night against Golden Arrows. For Cape Town City, it's 15 matches now without a victory. You've got to go back to mid-January when they beat Richards Bay by 2-1 for their last success. They are in real trouble. 3 points adrift in 15th place and looking headed to the postseason relegation promotion playoffs. Gallant performance at times on the home side. They looked a lot better than they did in the previous home match against Sekhukhune United, but still they would need to win against Polokwane City and Stellenbosch in their last 2 matches to have any realistic chance of avoiding the playoffs, and even then it depends on the results of the other clubs. We're very much now in the business end of the season, and for John Committees and for Cape Town City, what lies ahead? Polokwane City is their next match on the 17th of May away from home. Sundowns in action on Wednesday. They will go into that game having won here by 2-0.
Yeah, really controlled the performance from Mamelodi Sundowns as they walk away with a 2-0 victory, player of the match, and a man who was at the center of that control, Marcelo Ayendi. Marcelo, no doubt, really happy with the performance. You guys controlled really the game so well in midfield and with Tebza as well.
Yeah, tough game against a very good opponent. And now very happy for the 3 points. For the team, I think the team worked very hard all the game, so I'm happy. Thank you for the trophy, and the most important thing is the 3 points.
You mentioned that the most important thing is the 3 points, but there also is so much still to play for this season. And as a team, it doesn't look like you're getting distracted by anything else.
Yes, we focus in us. I think this is the most important. We focus in game by game, and I think now we need to enjoy this victory. And on Wednesday we have the other one. So thank you for all my team for the effort, and very happy for the result.
Marcelo, muchas gracias.
Thank you. No, muchas gracias. Thank you.
Well, that is the player of the match, Marcelo Ayendi, who's really happy with his performance, and he gets a massive hug from his coach. Miguel, I mean, a really good performance once again. Controlled the game really nicely. How proud are you of the effort the boys put in out there?
Yeah, amazing. Indeed, a very good performance again. Not an easy game. First half, quite tricky. We had to make some corrections in our positioning. At halftime, message was well received. Second half, I think we improved even more. Beautiful goals, good performance. What to say, the boys are really fighting for what they want so much. We are very committed with every match. And now it's go for next one and try to get it. That's what indeed we. But we need to respect everybody, all the opponents. And next match will be again very tough one. But let's stay committed with ourselves.
I saw you give Marcelo a big hug just now. He's one of those players that just goes on and he just keeps doing his business. How special is he as a player in this particular group that has a lot of really good players?
Look, I think we are a humble team. And humility, it's not a bad value. Not too much. If it's too much, of course, it's not proper. But having it the right sense, understanding that step by step is how you make a career. Working hard, that's what my boys are doing. Marcelo is obviously one of them, a high-quality player. But it's beautiful to see how they keep humble. We made some corrections at half-time. We told them there were things that were not okay, and they tried to do it immediately in the second half, and we got more control of the match because of that. I'm a very proud coach, really proud of the club where I work, proud of the family that supports this club, of the values that we grow and that I found here. Also proud of the work of the boys, my staff, all the staff around us, but still a lot to fight. Still a lot to fight. We have 4 finals to play. Let's focus on the next one now.
I'm going to go a little bit off topic. I've seen how much the fans have taken to you, how much you've taken to the country. I saw your pictures on social media. How proud are you to not only represent Mamelodi Sundowns, but represent all the fans that are behind this club?
Look, I like to embrace the culture of where I work. And I feel so warm around you, among you. I like the values of the country. I like how educated in general people are. I like so much your culture. I try to study it even when I have free time. Try to understand where I am, where the country comes from, where the country want to go. And I just want to be part of you. And living your values, living your music, drinking your wines, respecting your animals, your nature, and the people in general is fantastic. So I really feel proud to be among of you.
Coach, well done today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, Coach Miguel Cardoso speaking glowingly, not only about South Africa, but South African football as a whole, and he has been a really good addition to the country. Coach Diogo, disappointed, I'm sure, but there was some good effort out there shown by the boys today.
Yeah, effort's all you can ask for. I mean, it's a difficult team to play against. They're very good. At home, maybe we expect to be a little bit better, but that's how our season's gone. I think today, they put it all out there. Was the best they could have given. We concede a goal a little bit too early, and then it becomes difficult. When you're chasing Sundowns, this is what happens. You've got to try and stay compact while also going and looking for the goal. It's difficult.
Yeah, you speak of the difficult nature. There were patches where you strung together a few opportunities. How disappointing was it to not even get one on the score sheet?
It's difficult. Look, in the final third in general, we haven't been great. So, you stay compact, and then when we do get possession, their counter press is very good, so they don't give you a lot of time on the ball. You got to be really quick. That first treasons have got to be quick. When you win possession, you got to be quick. They don't give you the time.
Hard luck today. Thank you. Well, a disappointed coach Diego Peral there with regards to the outcome of the game. But I tell you what, the Sundowns delighted, not only with the win, but the solid performance, and rightly so, because they continue to march on to the title, and they'll be hoping to seal the victory in style in the coming weeks. It should be a truly special game indeed. Looking forward to it, and I hope all of you at home enjoyed it. I know Coach Miguel Cardoso did, as all the fans here at the Cape Town Stadium, the DHL Stadium. Mamelodi Sundowns walking away with a comfortable 2-0 victory.